Good day, fellow observers. Today we're continuing our core testing for version 14.2.2.5. We are headed to CVS. It is a 55-minute drive, 25 miles on a Hurry FSD profile. Let me activate FSD. Okay, good. So FSD, simple move out. Now, okay, I see from here that FSD is going to take I-495 early on. And now we are going to make a left here. Now there's an ambulance that looks like, yeah, it's blocking the road. So this is going to be a simple left turn. Okay, but FSD is yielding to this crossing person. And for this next one as well. Now we proceed. Okay, good. Okay, so FSD is giving way for this crossing person before committing to the left turn. Now there's an oncoming car here. FSD is moving to the right. Very good, very good. And for this one as well. Okay. Alright, that was just a simple advance, so that's good. And now we are turning left here. So we are on 41st Avenue. Then we turn left to 58th Street. So we turn left here on stop, and sometimes there's a blind spot here if there are parked cars by the no standing anytime sign. But so far there's no car, so it's easy to see. Okay, good, very good. Now we continue straight. And it will cross a hump here. Good. Then cross an all-way. So we have a green, we advance. So we have a green light, we are just waiting to move. So we have a green, we are turning left to Borden Avenue. Okay, let's see. Okay, no oncoming vehicles, so this is okay. So I have to press the pedal here because FSD is awkwardly pausing even though it has the right of way and there is no crosswalk sign, and the person there wasn't intent on crossing because he was looking at the phone. So those are the things that sometimes FSD's generosity is kind of puts you on an awkward position, because it could have just continued straight, but it did not. Okay, so there's this merging SUV here. FSD is giving way. Now we have a green, we are advancing. We will be taking the, hold on. So it doesn't show that it's gonna take the I-495. It says to just continue straight towards Borden Avenue. Yeah, so it's not taking I-495 right now. So I think because there's a lot of traffic, that's why it's using the local road. Yeah. So in 0.7 miles, it's going to go to I-495 East. So we have a green. We are continuing our advance along Borden Avenue. Okay, FSD giving way for this merging cab. Now we cross a green. FSD is giving way for that pickup. So we will soon merge to I-495 in 0.2 miles. So Borden Avenue became Queens Midtown Expressway. So that's just an FYI. So passing motorcycle, FSD didn't act weird, and it's been like that. FSD is able to adjust to motorcycles now, so that's just me saying that its behavior is consistent with past versions. So good behavior close to motorcycles is pretty okay for this version. we are merging to I-495, and okay, so I think, yeah, we will be staying here for the next 18 miles. Now, FSD turned on its turn signal, and I think it's planning to make a lane change on a solid white line, or maybe it's just an early indication, but it postponed, and so now we do have a broken line here. So FSD should just be fast in its acceleration. Okay, good. Okay, good adjustment here for this merging SUV. So we will be staying here for 18 miles. Left lane. FSD wants to go to the passing lane. Okay. Alright, so we are now on the passing lane. Good brief pause there. Brief slowdown for that merging SUV. Okay, I think FSD avoided that drainage cover, but I do think FSD is taking some cues from the car ahead, because when that car tried to avoid it, FSD did the same. Okay, FSD kind of avoided that drainage cover. So, well, will it avoid this one? Well, no. So it's not entirely consistent, but I think FSD starts to do this, so it will continue to improve over time. FSD is adjusting to the slowdown, and for the SUV in front that is using its brakes several times already. Now we have 13 miles left before we head to exit 41S towards Hicksville. Let's see if this SUV will make a lane change. Okay, never mind. The FSD continues its advance while adjusting to the traffic flow, speeding up or slowing down as necessary. See, that was a tough pothole. We have one more. So it doesn't really consist consistently avoid it, only if the cars ahead are doing the same. Okay, we have one more here. So it narrowly avoided it. Okay, so we are gaining speed a bit here. We have 12 miles before we take exit 41S. But I see some build up now, so we'll have to slow back down again. Now let's see if there is a lot of traffic somewhere, but I do think we're approaching now a lighter traffic area, so fingers crossed that we'll be moving faster. Slowing down here though. Okay, so let's see if FSD will avoid the HOV lane, because the last time that FSD was here, if I'm not mistaken, that it actually wanted to stay on HOV even though it's not supposed to. Although there was a sign there. Okay, let's read here. Okay, let's read. Okay, HOV 2+ lane begins. Buses and cars only 6 to 10 a.m., 3 to 8 p.m. Monday to Friday. Okay, so it's good. FSD moved to the next right lane, so it's gonna be avoiding this HOV lane, so that's good. So it begins at 6 to 10 a.m., 3 to 8 p.m. So what happens on Saturday? Okay, never mind. At least FSD moved to the next right lane, so that's good. Okay, good move here to the middle lane. Now we have 8.9 miles left before we take exit 41S. 3. That's why FSD moved to the middle lane. We have 5 miles left before we take exit 41S. FSD did a preemptive slowdown there because of these merging cars on the right. Close by 1.9 miles before we take exit 41S. So it wants to move to the middle lane, but in 1.6 miles it needs to make a lane change back again to the right lane. Expecting FSD to move to the right lane right about now. Okay, good. We are taking exit 41S to Hicksville. Okay, we're taking this exit. Do have a clear. So I hope FSD will position itself to the right turn lane. We do have a green, so let's see. Okay, good, very nice. So we have 6 minutes, 2.5 miles before we arrive at the destination. Now we have a green arrow. We are turning right here. Okay, good. I think FSD should move to the next left lane. Okay, we have a green light. We continue our advance. We are gonna be making a slight right to North Jerusalem Avenue, but I do think we'll have to keep left at the fork first. Okay, FSD giving way for this merging van. Crossing a green here. So where is it? Yeah, I think now we have a green. I think this is where it needs to keep left first. Yeah, it will need to make a lane change. Okay, good, very good. So it was able to, and good thing that there was no vehicle on this lane before it made that lane change. So this is where we make a slight right here to North Jerusalem Avenue. Okay, so we have a green. We are making a slight right here to North Jerusalem Avenue. We are 5 minutes away, 1.4 miles. Okay, that's good. Several green lights here. So we have a green light. We are crossing Old Country Road. Then we have a green light. Okay, we have a green light here. We are crossing, and we do have 2 more before we turn left. Turn left here. We do have a red. Okay, now we have a green, so FSD will just wait for a clear. Okay, good. Now let's see how it will park. Oh yeah, it's just going straight here. It used to be that it wants to make a left, but now we are going to park, and we are here. Now let me just, okay, so it's kind of over the line, so let me just edit this. Okay, good. Now let me just give my takeaways. We started FSD on a parked spot, and it was able to move out. It was able to make a left and made another left to 41st Ave and made a left to 58th Street on stop, continued straight, cross an all-way, cross a green, and then there was that slightly long street that we passed several lights on, but there was nothing there, just FSD following the traffic, and then turned left to Borden Avenue. It actually, I thought initially that it will go to I-495 right away on the first ramp, but it did not, so it continued straight. And so Borden Avenue becomes Queens Midtown Expressway, and soon after it merged towards the ramp to the service road of I-495. I forgot the label there, the name. So it continued on the service road up until it merged to, it used that service road up until it ended, and so it had to merge to I-495 eventually. And then it tried to make a lane change over a solid white line, but it actually postponed, and so after that it made a lane change to the next left lane to merge to I-495, but it was already on a broken white line, so that's good. Then FSD continued moving to the next left lanes until it reached the passing lane, and it stayed on the passing lane for the majority of the drive. FSD adjusted to merging cars along the way, and also was able to avoid the HOV lane when the part of I-495 had that, so FSD made a lane change to the next right lane to move to a regular lane because the HOV lane was on the left. So FSD continued there. Initially it moved to the middle lane and then went back to the passing lane, but close to the exit to Hicksville, exit 41, FSD was able to prepare itself, moving to the right lane, took the exit, and was able to position itself to the right turn lane to make a right towards Jericho Turnpike. And then it stayed there, and it had to make a keep left at the fork, but it didn't do it up until the late stage. But good thing that there was no vehicle on the lane on the left, so it was able to just make a quick lane change. So that's something that I want to highlight, because if there were cars there and there were a lot of SUVs or any vehicle, then sometimes FSD won't be able to find a window and therefore have to reroute, and along the way it might get lost. So that's something just to keep in mind. But today traffic was okay, so that's why it was able to make a lane change right away. It continued straight along Jericho, I think that's still the name, and then it made a slight right towards North Jerusalem Avenue and crossed several green lights and turned left here on clear and was able to park. Although it kind of parked over the white line, but I edited it, so pretty much it's still okay, because at least FSD can find a spot and then chooses and then parks and then disengages the session. Now overall, I think the drive was reasonable. There was one thing though I have to say, which I forgot with the summary, is that there was a human intervention where I pressed the pedal on the left turn towards Borden Avenue because FSD tried to pause for a person who is positioned by the sidewalk on the left, but I pressed the pedal there because it's an awkward pause for it because it had the right of way, and I don't want to hold up the traffic right behind me just for FSD to give way for a person that was not intending to cross anyway because the person was looking at the phone. So just want to point that out. And then overall, I think the drive was reasonable. Although I had to press that pedal, I think FSD is able to adjust and find its way, adjusting to the traffic and also making lane changes. Although I have to say though, the lane changes, there's some lane change attempts that it did along the service road of I-495 that it took a very long time for it to execute, even though there's a big window to make a lane change to. So that highlights, I think, the acceleration of the Hurry FSD profile. And of course, it's not as assertive as the Mad Max FSD profile, but I do think though, for my opinion, that those kind of lane changes, FSD Hurry mode should be able to do that because it's on a quote-unquote hurry mode. So that means that it should be able to make a lane change on a very apparent window. So that's just my 2 cents, and if you guys have thoughts on the Hurry FSD profile on FSD 14.2.2.5, please comment down below. But that's pretty much my takeaway for the Hurry mode. But you know, we're still gonna be testing Hurry modes in the next few days, so let's see if my opinion changes. But that's pretty much kind of the whole summary of FSD Hurry after the FSD 14.1.4, I think, because there was a version of there was a build of version 14 where the hurry mode is really, I feel like it's really a hurry mode, but after a certain build it kind of mellowed down all of it. It's when the build considered the FSD profile more heavily, and so that's why I felt that all of the profiles got nerfed in some way, and they got less assertiveness. So if someone really would like to have a lot of lane changes, it would still be Mad Max and more of assertive lane changing. So those are all my takeaways for this test, and if you find this video helpful or of value, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.